Hi, people. Hello, hello. Happy Saturday. Happy No King's Day. I just got home because I decided to do something crazy and go to three protests in one day. And I did it for a couple of reasons, and I'll explain them right now. But before I do that, I'd like to say welcome back to my channel. My name's Katrina DeVale. I'm a trans woman who tries to share the truth and the experience of being a trans person in the year 2025 in our political environment that we're in right now. It's a bit sketch. Let's just be honest about it. It's more than a bit sketch. Yeah, happy Saturday. Happy No King's Day. Welcome back to my channel. If you've not liked or subscribed yet, please go down there and click the little button, the subscribe button. And if you like this video, make sure you give me a like after it's finished. I'd really appreciate it. I'll wait. Go ahead. Did you click the thing? All right, good. Good. Okay, so the area I live in is there's a few metropolis-sized cities all placed pretty close to one another, and I knew that there was protests going on in each of them today. So I wanted to go to these for a number of reasons. One, I really support each community. Each city has a vibrant music scene, lots of artists. I have numerous friends in each one of these communities, and there's some beautiful people that, they're all standing up for the same thing that all the other communities are standing up for. Today was a pretty monumental day. What a glorious day. It was beautiful outside. It was so fantastic to see so many people who believe in democracy, who got out there. They took their Saturday and they went out and stood up for this country. It makes the heart just glow, So, since day one of this administration, they have rolled out this never-ending attack on trans people. They're trying to kill us, y'all. It's not really any point in beating around the bush. They just come right out they are trying to eliminate us from public view, but also eliminate us from the planet. When you do things that are meant to detrimentally affect a group of people, let's not kid ourselves. It does and can, even if the act of doing it only serves to cause harm to the psyche and the emotional and mental state of a group of people that is demonized and continually threatened. It's still in effect. It's still something that needs to be overcome. It's still something that needs to be addressed by people in that community. So, since day one, they have, Trump has rolled out numerous executive orders, pretty much naysaying the legitimacy and the respectability of trans people. He's called for the elimination of our health care numerous times. States have taken upon themselves, in their infinite empathy, I like sarcasm. All these states have, heard the dog whistle. The the states that have no problem discriminating against groups that are misunderstood and believing false narratives of malice. They have, come out and legislators have created anti-trans legislation. Since the beginning of the year, there's been over 1,000 anti-trans pieces of legislation either introduced or passed. It's uncalled for. We're not out here hurting anybody. We're not out here trying to take away somebody's rights, trying to take away somebody's safe space. We're just trying to live. With that said, they've also, the Trump administration has also set the tone for how they would like society to address trans people, whether it's online, whether it's in person, whether it's in a letter, whether it's speaking directly to someone. They have set the tone for how they would like their supporters and, everyone. They would like everyone to treat us like crap. I mean, really, that's the long and short of it. So they've gone on with this whole storyline of us being these awful degenerates, and by doing that, they have made it okay to continually make trans people the punching bag. We've become the pariahs of 2025. So much so that centrist Democrats are meandering away from defending trans people because it's such a hot button topic. There's this whole false narrative going around through the Democrat Party that the reason they lost the election was because of trying to stand up for marginalized communities like the trans community. Really? It's not because of poor messaging. It's not because when people's human rights are being threatened, they don't stand up for them. It's more anti-trans stuff. Really? We see you. We need to pick better candidates this next time around. We need to make sure that people are going to stand up for human rights, whether it's gay people, black people, immigrants, Mexicans, Muslims, trans people. We're all people. We're all humans. We're all citizens of this country. So that should be baseline. Human rights aren't debatable. Everyone deserves them. Everyone deserves respect. Everyone deserves equal treatment. That's all there is to it. So, I know a few trans women, sisters, who they have significant anxiety going out into public because there's been this what's the word I'm looking for? It's been deemed okay to pick on us. It's been deemed okay to basically punch us in the face with emotions and words, and some people take it upon themselves to do it actually with their fists. It's not super awesome. I wanted to go to each of these communities to show my support today for the No Kings and, support for the country. I'm an American. My family's been here since 1600s, and I love this place. I've had numerous issues with different governments that have been in control of it. But I do love this place. It's incredible that you can drive from coast to coast and see some crazy climate changes, different animals, different plants, and the variety of people from one side of the nation to the other blows the mind. I've been able to do this. I've been able to travel, from one side of the nation to the other. And people in New York are not like people in LA. People in New Mexico living in the mountains are nothing like farmers in Wisconsin. But they are too, because we're all citizens of this country. We all benefit from different things here. We all love different things here. We all want happiness. We all want to see the people that we love happy. Anyways, so I wanted to travel between these 3 protests today to show my support for each of these communities, and to see just how each one of these different communities would treat a roaming trans woman. Obviously, there's people that I know in each of these cities, but these are big protests. There's thousands of people attending them. So this is a bit of a social experiment for me today, too. I wanted to see, as the year has gone on and they've continued this demonization tirade from the top, where they're just going to continue to down punch because they've got no other hobbies. So I wanted to see, strangers, thousands of strangers, how would they accept Katrina DeVille? How would they react seeing this crazy two-tone hair person, kind of loud, rah, but all sorts of heart, and I try to give hugs everywhere I go. That's one of my things. If you see me, come give me a hug. I will give you one back. Everybody needs hugs. So I'm in my heart, and I'm very accepting, and I try to be positive and give love wherever I go. So I wanted to see what it was going to be like in each of these communities. So I started the day off by going to Appleton, Wisconsin. And there was about 5,000 people there. Glorious, let me tell you. Just glorious. It was a beautiful day, sun shining, beautiful blue sky at about 70 degrees, just about as perfect could be. And I've gone to protests in that city before, and it's been the same, where it's just been even from a couple blocks away, you can feel this buzz, the whole city is humming. It's glowing, like an incandescent light bulb, just so bright, so much hope, so much heart. So I parked a couple blocks away, and I came walking up to it, not knowing anybody, and I got immediately, I love your hair, and this is what democracy looks like, the chants going around, and people asking me if I needed some water, or if I needed, and asking me how I was doing, and thank you for showing up, and hugs immediately. I walked about 10 city blocks I did find about 20 friends, which was great. And I would stop and pause with them. But I wanted to keep going. I wanted to keep seeing people. I wanted people to keep seeing me. Trans person in the wild, right? I mean, a lot of the outcome that this government hopes for is to scare us back into the closet so that we become even less common in public than we are, to the point where we aren't in public anymore. And it's dreadful. And we're already in a society that rarely experiences trans people. So walk out there and let them see you. Most people I've figured out most people who haven't experienced, come in contact with a trans person, like paths cross, they're really nice, and they're inquisitive. I've yet, in over a year of being public facing, out and out trans person, all of the hatred that I have experienced has been online. I've yet in person to experience this same level of hate. I think there's a couple reasons for that. It's this accepted sort of thing online that you're not quite so accountable when you're just a person on the other side of a screen. Like you can just shut your app off. You can just log off of Facebook. You can just turn off of, log off of X, not come back for a few days. You can block someone online. Like you can't really do that in person. Especially like if I go into a business or something and somebody works there and if they treat you poorly, they could have repercussions from that. And even, this is the interesting thing, even if someone doesn't like trans people for whatever reason, because they've been told to not like us, because of what their parents said we are, whatever preconceived notion that has made them not like trans people. If they are in a business, like a coffee shop or something, say, I go in to get a coffee and say the barista doesn't like trans people. If she wants to keep her job, you have to be tactful. You have to treat the customer with respect. And I think because of the societal norm we have that dictates that, it opens the door to be able to have positive experiences with people that you wouldn't necessarily accept. It's pretty great. Anyways, so I walked about 10 city blocks today, and I saw, thousands of people, and I got more hugs than I can count. It was great. And I stopped to talk to people for a while, and waved at folks, and it was just, it was great. That was stop number one. And then I drove down to Oshkosh, Wisconsin, which it's such a vibrant artistic community already. I've played music there for years. Such a great community. Again, I walk up on this little park and immediately, oh my God, cat! Oh, hugs right away. And I kept having people sent to me. People would walk over and I was told I needed to meet you. I'd be like, yeah, you do. Give me a hug. I got interviewed. By two right-wing college kids. They were going around asking if anybody wanted to be in it. Sure, let's go. I ain't no fraidy cat, tell you that. If you want to get people to understand things, you have to dig in and explain them. And they had some leading questions. I'm very on the pulse of politics these days because trans people have been so politicized. I never wanted to really be into politics, but having our existence made into a political tool, you're darn right. I've sat down and learned all the aspects and what's happening and what they're trying to do and all of it. So all of that plays into why I did the things today. I stayed there for a couple hours. Great people. Nobody from the previous protest was there. It was all brand new group of people. I only really knew one person. I ended up running into her and she introduced me to some other folks, but I had people coming out like, your hair is cool. We should, I what's your name? And like very accepting people. Let all me don't scare nobody off like that, So I stayed there for a couple hours. Beautiful time. No issues whatsoever. Lots of cars driving by, honking horns, thumbs up. It's chants, like the feeling of unity. If you've never gone to a protest, go. It's this feeling of community that you just don't get online. I mean, it's different. And if you've never gone, you should go. Because, it's like, not only will it make you feel better, but it's like, that's part of being an American. This is your First Amendment right. You have the right to free speech. And, you have the right to be able to tell your governing officials that they're doing a crappy job. Get out there. Go meet some people, give some hugs. So then I turned the car back around and I drove up to Green Bay, which is absolutely the opposite direction of Oshkosh. And I really kind of had no idea where it was. I got there late in the day and I guess it was at the courthouse. When I looked up on the No Kings website, it said it was in a park, so that's where I went. And there was people filtering in the whole time I was there. And there was, a few hundred folks there lined up along the street with picket signs and stuff. And, had folks coming up, giving hugs. And I had a couple of folks ask me, what my name was. I had one person ask me if I needed him to pray for me. Maybe. More acceptance. No trans hate. More community. None of the same people. I think that a lot of the hate that is stoked online is perceived to be the same in person, and it's not. Like I was saying, keyboard warriors, when people can hide behind a screen, hide behind a keyboard, you can just log off of the app, you can block that person, I don't have to see them again. I genuinely saw probably 50 or so people today that I've seen before. Some are very good friends, some are just acquaintances, some I only met at one or two previous protests. People are really accepting. And that's, a lot of why I'm making this video today, is to dispel this whole notion that it's absolutely cooked for trans people out there right now. It's not. There's going to be places where we're not going to be as well received, but I still think, like, even in those places, people have heart. I'm still trying to figure out how to really broach that subject with people on the right. I haven't had much opportunity to sit down with right-wing voters, that sort of thing. It would be interesting to have these conversations with them and, get them involved in, ask me whatever you want to ask me. And I guess that's part of why I figured it would be pretty good to possibly have a go live on YouTube one of these times, and maybe I could have a trans live stream. We'll see, where people can ask questions. Obviously, if something is beyond the scope of respectability, I would decline. But I'm trying to push the boundaries of my own anxieties and trepidation, while trying to cross over these invisible lines of what people find acceptable and what people believe in, so that hopefully we can gain more acceptance in all of society, and we can gain more love and kindness in all of society. So my message today is, don't fall victim to the rhetoric of it being unsafe everywhere for trans people. There's significant numbers of kind hearts out there, everybody. Ridiculously so. It's fantastic. Like, you step out to a protest and get mauled by hugs. It's hard to imagine much better, it's pretty great. So if you have trepidation about going out in the world because your parents or your church, or it's just the last decades of societal demonization has told you that trans people aren't supposed to be out there, it's hogwash, horseradish. Go out there, say hi to people, meet folks. People are just people. Sure, there's some malicious ones, but the good people far, far, far outweigh the bad. And the more trans advocates that we have out there, the more trans voices, the more trans people walking around, just because people are supposed to walk around, do stuff, go to the store, go to the movies, go see a band. Trans people are people. We're part of society. And a lot of the stigma is because we're such a small portion of this society. It's, the best way to end the confusion, the best way to end the false narratives, the best way for people to understand that we're just people, just hearts, We breathe and smile and laugh and cry and bleed just the same as anyone else. The best way to combat the false narrative is to get out there, see people, do stuff, and it not only helps all of the community, but it helps you too. Because it gets you back to living, it gets you being out, doing things, experiencing things, living a better life instead of just being all hunkered down at home. Today was pretty grand, and I would encourage anyone, maybe not to go to 3 protests in one day. That's kind of extreme, but no one ever accused me of doing, of doing the safe stuff, right? Anyways, happy No Kings Day to y'all. Democracy is alive and well in the United States. Love and empathy is alive and well in the United States. Trans people are alive and well in the United States, despite all the attempts and all the posturing to make us go away. We're still here. I'm still here. You're still here. And we're staying. So, that's my video for y'all today. I'm going to go. But I really hope you decide to follow along for the next video. I hope you had a great day. If you didn't go to a protest today, I hope you really give it some thought. There'll be more, pretty sure, as long as they don't take our constitutional rights away. Who knows anymore? God dang. I love you. Thank you for coming along. And I'll have another video for y'all real soon, okay? Hearts and stars to y'all. Ciao.